What's going on, guys? It's your man's Wealth Fidel, aka Mr. Group Economics, and we're here live in the beautiful Dominican Republic. And today I want to talk a little bit about buying property here in Dominican Republic. Does it still make sense financially? Is it still a great investment? And the different types of people who should be looking at property here in the Dominican Republic, whether it's for vacation, investment, or just change of environment and living all along. So let's get into it. What's up, guys? Check it. Many people buy properties for different reasons, and when it comes to Dominican Republic, and from my research, just in the Caribbean in general, things are just not as cheap as they used to be. Now, have we missed the boat? Does it still make sense to buy? That comes to a personal thing, right? Why you're buying is the question you really want to ask yourself, because there's a lot of property and a lot of price points where the property will financially kind of take care of itself. It may not provide an excellent return on investment, but if you can own a property that you didn't really have to pay a lot out of pocket for, that's still a great return. And you have to think about the future. Right now, we have lots of people who are kind of going against the country that they grew up in, and they're looking for different places to live and move and stretch their dollar. If you're American, the cost of living has kind of become substantially greater, and other people are saying, well, with the nest egg I have, with the retirement I have, let me go to another market where my dollar goes further. And that's what you have here in the country. Prices are going up because more people are coming that have a little bit more disposable income and they can afford it. Secondly, you see a big price increase because the cost of goods to build, right? It just costs a lot more to build here. The building materials. I'm in real estate development myself, and it just costs a lot more to build than it did 10 years ago, even 5 years ago. The bricks, the mortar, the cement, all these things are uh, much more expensive. The center blocks are much more expensive than they used to be. So if people are developing new construction, you're going to see an elevated cost. It's not just because some random number, but it's starting right there at the materials themselves are just costing a lot more than they used to cost to be able to build a home here in Dominican Republic. So in turn, once a developer builds it and sell it, you're going to end up with a higher price point, right? So the question you have to ask yourself is why you're buying and what do you want things to look like in 20 years or in 30 years. Oftentimes in real estate, we look a little short-sighted, and you might say, well, this is just too high right now. If you think it's going to, decrease, or a lot of people are waiting for the market to crash per se, that may or may not happen. Market crashes are for various reasons, but it's typically not because it was just too high, right? If you're American, we had a crash in the 2012, 2008, in that era, but there was a specific reason why the market crashed there. So we're going to get into more about markets and how they shift and what makes them shift. And this is a good market to buy in. So we have to think about in 2008, right? You had mortgages and stuff, and there was a crash. But that crash wasn't per se just because the houses were too expensive. That crash happened because of mortgages that were kind of unscrupulous. They put people into properties that weren't financially capable of maintaining those properties. They put them into mortgages that started out at one payment, and in 3 years, that payment might have doubled, and people could not keep up. It was just so they could sell houses, and who really came out on top and made all the money was the bankers, the lending institution. Because when the bank takes their loan and they give you a loan, they don't keep it. So they didn't lose. They took it, they packed it into what you call some mortgage-backed securities, they sold it on the market, and they made their money. And that's what caused the turmoil and issues with 2008. So we don't have anything like that here in the Dominican Republic because homes are actually purchased mostly cash, and then we have some seller financing. So, and then people's financial situations aren't changing drastically, whereas their payment is doubling. So that can eliminate that cause for a crash here in the market. So does the market still work to make money? Yes, if you purchase at the right price, right? You have to buy a house or a condo or something at the right price to make sure you make a decent ROI on that investment. And people are typically looking for what we call a cash on cash ROI. And that cash on cash ROI is based on how much you put into that house and how much it produces every month. And those returns, sometimes in a lot of areas, Punta Cana, you may find some inexpensive property, but you have a lot of inventory, so you can't rent it for too much, right? Areas in the North Coast, you might be able to get more for rent, but the properties are more expensive. So you have to find that balance. And I'll drop a couple things that'll show you how to find those deals. One of that off the back is like the fire sale. A lot of older people buy homes here, and their health may start to fail, and they feel more comfortable in their home country when it comes to healthcare. Those people are looking to sell. They're looking to sell quick. Some of them might have bought quite a while ago. They have a nice piece of equity. And if you can perform quickly, you can take those deals and get you in a good position to make a good ROI. So when you're considering investing overseas, these are the three things you want to ask yourself. What are you looking for? You're looking for just a vacation home, someplace you can come and relax with your friends, family. Are you looking for an investment vehicle where that vehicle can help you generate better income or better cash flow? Or you're looking for somewhere where you can retire? These three questions will help you guide you through the process, right? What do you really want to achieve from this? Because they're going to give you different properties to buy. And if you're looking for just return, you're straight focused on the numbers. If you're looking for something that's for yourself where you might relocate, you have to really focus on yourself. You might be paying a higher price, but it's going to be something that you want. And you have to think about in 20 years from now, will you say that was too expensive, right? And like I said, if you're looking for just investment, then you're just strictly going by the numbers. And if you're looking for something where you want to get a little mixture of both, where you come down, you want to have a good time, you still want to make some money, then you want to look for a reasonable break-even scenario price-wise on that. So I'll do videos where I dig deeper into running numbers and looking at comps and trying to figure out what a property is actually worth. But the property is still beautiful here in Dominican Republic. It's a probability that it will continue to go up because somebody that look at something that says this is too high, there's a lot of other people saying this price is just right. So me personally, I feel on the investment front, things are a little on the pricey side. But people coming to live here see it as, I got a 3-bedroom, a 4-bedroom house with a pool and a jacuzzi in the Caribbean for a couple $100,000. It was a sweet deal, and they're comparing it to what things may cost in their country. All right, so thanks for watching. It's your boy Wealth for Dale. Be well, be wealthy. Catch you guys on the next video. We out.